Aries, how's everybody doing? Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. My name is Gabriella, for anybody new tuning in. We're starting off with the Queen of Cups. There's definitely a focus on what's going on emotionally for you. Maybe feeling more in touch lately. Could also be somebody that you care for, that you've been spending time with, somebody that you have your eye on. This can also be like more of a leaning into your nurturing energy, things like that. You may feel more in touch, you may feel more creative, maybe being called upon right now to be like more understanding, compassionate, to really lean into that. For some of you, there's even somebody around you. Actually, I'm seeing someone around you that may be looking up to you. This feels kind of like a child with a parent sort of energy, or you may be like a role model, something like that, where you're being maybe setting an example for someone. I am seeing a new beginning for you. You have allowed this to happen because of like opening your heart up to a situation, is what I'm seeing. This has been a conscientious effort on your part to see where things go, is what I'm hearing. Also, for anybody new, I channel as well as interpret the tarot cards. So if you notice me saying I'm hearing, that's what that's about. Okay, so there's somebody that you've opened your heart towards, that you are working with, that you are kind of allowing yourself to be vulnerable with, while still having boundaries. So this is not just like opening up and becoming like empathetic without boundaries, where we are like martyring ourselves for another person. These two energies work very, very well together, because this means I'm safe to open up my heart because I also know what my boundaries are, and I will not shy away from advocating for myself. Very important to have the two of these together. And it looks like this is coming up into maybe a conversation you're having with someone, somebody that you're working with even, somebody you're collaborating with, somebody you're spending time with, things like that. Could have been something going on where you needed to advocate for yourself or set boundaries with someone, which allows you, again, to keep your heart open. Because when we allow somebody to cross our boundaries, that's where we breathe like resentment and anger and things like that. And sometimes we can project onto the other person, where because we haven't been showing up for ourselves and setting boundaries, we blame another person and be like, it's your fault that you put me in this spot, when really if we would have just set boundaries, we wouldn't have found ourselves in those positions anyway. So this is about opening yourself up so you can hear like, hey, that's going to cross the line for me, or I don't feel comfortable with that, or I don't want to do that. And because you've opened up your heart, you have this like instant relay that's going on, where you know what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, because you are so connected with yourself and what you are interacting with, what, who, whom. And now to have the Queen of Swords pop out, there may have been something going on within an interpersonal relationship where you needed to like lay something down for someone, explain something, be like, hey, I'm not okay with that, or I do like this, or I want to talk about this. Can we have a conversation about it? It's like very cool, calm, and collected, saying what needs to be said, saying only what needs to be said. We're not straying from the subject. We're just keeping it on point here with a conversation we're having between you and this person. It seems like a very big, not big, a very, it's like it was dealt with. This is what I'm seeing. It's kind of like no big deal, it feels like. Talking about equality, yeah, maybe about how somebody was showing up and also what you need emotionally. You may have needed to advocate for yourself emotionally. Like, I like it when you do that. I don't like it when you do that. When you don't do that. Whatever it is for you. I want to connect in this way. This is what my love language looks like. Giving examples, spelling it out. If somebody needed to be made aware. Or I don't like when you treat me like that. Whatever this is. Or like, I feel disrespected when this happens. So many different ways that this can go, but it seems like you needed something emotionally and you stepped up to the plate and did something about it through a civil conversation. Yeah, I'm hearing this. Advocating for yourself, advocating for your needs. Look at that. It seems even like you got back into a place that you wanted to get into, or this allowed you to move into a place you wanted to be in. Connecting with yourself again. Feeling like you appreciate where you are. I'm seeing you also feel proud of yourself, for lack of a better word, for the progress that you've made emotionally, and also maturing in a way where you're advocating for yourself, not just expecting other people to intuit what's going on with you, but to have like adult conversations with people and not just expect or assume that other people know. It's you being in a space where you're ready to say what needs to be said and to confront and to have those conversations that sometimes can be more difficult or even tedious. But you really showing that you're up for communicating and collaborating, and that like you're present within your relationships with other people, and that if you want somebody to know something, that you're going to be the one that's going about telling them. Because otherwise you would have felt like you were being mistreated in some way. And so I'm seeing this is easily resolved with a conversation, and it looks like that's exactly what you did here. So very important moves that you're making. I'm looking at Aquarius here. Maybe with an Aquarius, maybe an important Aquarius placement within your chart. Something was really upsetting you that was going on between you and another person. You were working closely with this person. Yeah, you may have really felt like something got away from where you were trying to go, feeling upset, like this is not my dream that it goes in this direction, like I really need to tell you how I'm feeling. Feels like something you wanted to get off your chest. I'm also seeing Cancer popping back in. Yeah, something needed to be clarified about how you were feeling. Like this allows you, the interaction that you're having with this person, it allows everybody to be informed as to what's going on. So that's why this was so important that you stepped up to the plate and said what needed to be said and confronted it. Because otherwise you're not giving this person a choice to show up or to fix it or to do something about it or to change and show you that like they care about you and stuff like that. So it just seems like you handled a situation that may have felt really unpleasant and uncomfortable, or something that really upset you, and spoke it through with this person. And I'm seeing too, this now has allowed them to see how something was going on their end that had been upsetting you, but they may not have known what was going on before. So yeah, you could have done something, or they could have done something that had you not told them, they would have had no clue. And that's not for them for lack of caring on this person's part. It's like, how in the world are they supposed to read your mind? So yeah, I'm seeing your guides kind of give you a round of applause for this one, because it looks like it could have been stressful emotionally for you, and you did like have to kind of put yourself out there in order to bring this up, and that may not have been super uncomfortable, and to like also handle it in the diplomatic way that you did. It looks like you made this as effective of a situation as possible, and that you communicated effectively. So yeah, just keep doing that. Yeah, I'm seeing you immediately. This is going to push you into feeling like you've made major progress here within this situation. Nice job. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.